All right. So what we're going to go ahead and do, guys, we're going to jump into the Miami Gateway. And then from there, we're going to sign in like normal. And then we're going to go straight within the Miami Singles sign-on section. We're going to go straight to Agent 3000, located right here. We're going to go ahead and give that a click. All right, so as soon as you access Agent 3000, you're going to get a pop-up. I didn't get one because I was in the system yesterday, but whenever you go into Agent 3000, you're going to get a little message that's going to say, hey, there's upcoming classes that are available that you can take. So just make sure to look at those. We are offering today the first two classes. This one's what you get for free. The class at 11:30 is if you upgrade, if you pay the $20, you get also a website and a CRM, also known as a customer resource management system, where you're going to be able to create tasks and follow up with your clients using your email. So we're going to cover the how you set up the CRM next week, next Friday. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. This is the main dashboard. Straight away, if you haven't upgraded, you're not going to see this leads section. This part is a part of the upgrade when you get the website. There's different ways that, for example, a contact, if they go to your website, can register. So this is going to provide analytics. For example, if they start doing searches, they register, you're going to see that right there. Again, we break that down in the website portion once we get to the afternoon. All right. Also, IDX listing views. That's going to let you know how many people are clicking within your website. Listing alert leads. That's also something that we cover in the second class. We also have listing detail request leads. Contact page leads, which is, for example, you have your own contact page where someone can go there and then provide their information, and then you can follow up. Also, if you upgrade and you get the website, you also have the ability to provide customers with an instant home valuation that's located on your website. We're going to cover that later. Also, you can also see all of your home valuation form leads as well. What that means is someone actually going into your website, going into that section where they're requesting a home valuation, and then you can see how many people are making that request. Moving down, you also have landing page leads. So we're going to go over how to set that up in a moment. All right, over here, also upcoming tasks. That's a part of the CRM that you get if you upgrade with Agent 3000. That's going to let you know all of the different tasks that you've created and how you can follow up with your different customers. All right, moving down. The next two sections are also exclusive to the CRM. For example, once you register a contact, you have the ability to also input their birthday and their anniversaries. That way you can send them a little email marketing piece using the Agent 3000 system. On the right, you have your upcoming calendar events. That's also a part of the upgrade as well. Moving down, you guys should have access to the zip code active listings and the zip code sold listings section. What this is going to do, this one on the left, is going to allow you to see the average prices within specific areas. For example, within the zip code of 33160, which is Sunny Isles Beach, there's a total of 557 listings that were added since July 5th all the way through August the 4th, with an average price of $699,738. You do have the ability to update this information. For example, you can come here and then start searching for maybe a different zip code, and you could type that in, and then it'll locate it right here. You can also change the date range right here by clicking within the calendar, and you can look, for example, maybe you just want to see today's average prices, yesterday's, within the past week, within the past month, this month, last month, this year, last year, all the way within the past 365 days. And of course, you can create a custom range as well. On the right side of the page, we have the zip code sold listing. So this is going to give you statistics based on MLS listings that have confirmed and have been sold within the MLS. So it's going to give you that information based on each zip code. So for example, we have the very first one in Miami, 33131. There has been a total of 268 properties that have been successfully sold with an average price of $225,608. Just like on the zip code active listing side, we have the ability to search within a specific zip code, and then we can also change the date range right here. Again, you guys have access to both of these fantastic tools as a part of your membership. All right, we're going to keep going. The next thing that we're going to go over is how to first set up your profile. That way, any marketing pieces, any flyers that you create, or if you create a single listing website, your branding information shows. So in order to do that, to make sure that you have your profile photo shot, to make sure you have your office logo, you're going to come right up here where you see the cogwheel. It's going to be a green button right there. We're going to go ahead and give that a click. And then we have the very first section. This is going to be your profile. From here, you just want to verify your name, SO. What I do suggest that you do is put your full name plus any designations and certifications that you have acquired during being a member. Reason being, whenever you create, for example, a market flyer or a e-booklet, it's going to show your full name plus your professionality with your designations and certifications. Moving down, you have your company name, office address, office unit number, office city, office state, office zip code, office phone, your direct phone number, office fax, and email. So make sure when you come in here to put your direct phone number, because that's going to display within any market piece that you create, and also your email address right here. Once done, scroll down and click this button that says Save Account Profile. All right. Okay, perfect. So again, the reason why I want to make sure you guys come here, for example, I used to work in membership. I do know that a lot of the large offices, like for example, Coldwell Banker, sometimes there's satellite offices. Sometimes it's not the right address or maybe even the correct company name. So just come here and verify and make sure that that information is accurate. All right, we're going to keep going. We're going to go into the next section, which is logo. We're going to go ahead and give this a click. From here, guys, you have the ability to upload your personal logo or your company's logo. In order to do so, you're going to click right here where you see choose file. You're going to select the file within your picture area, and then you're going to open it and then upload it from there. Once done, just make sure to hit close, and you're going to be good to go. All right, moving over, we're going to move over to the next section, which is your agent profile photo. Right here, in order to access this, you're going to click on photo, and then you're going to come over here and then select choose file in order to upload your agent mugshot. Just make sure to hit upload so that it saves. Once you're done, you're going to come down here where you see close, and then you're going to be able to move forward into the very next section. All right. So the next thing I wanted to show you guys real quick is a fantastic option that was created by Sean, where you can see all of his recorded webinars that touch on everything within Agent 3000. For example, he has a website setup video right there, an automated CRM process, the single property website, which we're going to go over today, how you can create landing pages if you upgrade, videos for emails, website, and social media, how you can effectively capture leads using your website, which we're going to cover in the second class today, seller leads with instant home valuation as well, all the way down to listing collage for social media. So if you don't, for example, you don't see the Agent 3000 class, maybe scheduled in September, you do have the ability to come here where you see recorded webinars, and you could just recap and then see a video that covers your need. All right. The next thing that we're going to go over is going to be okay to advertise. So within Agent 3000, you do have the ability to create what is called a single listing website that you can post, for example, on social media, or you can maybe send it directly via text message. There's a couple of different options when you search under OK to advertise. We're going to touch on that right now. So the very first option that you can filter is with written broker approval. This isn't an option that I'm going to suggest when using Agent 3000. with written broker approval means that the broker is saying, hey, it's possible that you can advertise this listing, but I want it in writing. So if that ever happens, you find a listing and it says with written broker approval, what you're going to want to do is go to our website, miamirealtors.com. There's going to be a section at the very top where you see MLS. You're going to click that, and then you're going to scroll down, and you're going to locate this section right here that says MLS forms and applications. So if you ever want to work a listing, advertise a listing where the broker is saying, I want it in writing, you're going to want to take advantage of the written permission to advertise document located in our MLS page. And then what you do is you fill it out and submit that directly to the broker so that you have it in writing. More importantly, a receipt, proof that you were given permission in order to advertise that property. I just wanted to make sure to cover that. All right. So the next options that we have is yes, attribution not required, and yes, attribution required. All right. So the reason why we have this option right here where you see yes, this is the old option that we had about over a year ago for okay to advertise. We did update it with these two options. I'm going to break those down in just a moment. But these listings are probably going to be older listings, meaning they've been in the system for a while. So what we're going to want to make sure that we do is focus on these two options, which is yes, attribution not required, and yes, attribution required. So I'm going to go ahead and unpack the differences between these. So this one again says yes, attribution not required. This one's my favorite one. The agent and the broker are letting us know that it's okay to go ahead and advertise that property without mentioning the name of their brokerage. As to where we have this one, which it says, yes, attribution required, it still means, yes, you can advertise the property, but you need to make sure they include my brokerage's information within that advertisement. So what's really cool about Agent3000, whenever we use either the option, yes, attribution not required, or yes, attribution required, either way, it's going to, in very small print, which is the cool part, it's going to show the listing office's information at the bottom per IDX rules. But for this demonstration, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to select yes, attribution not required. There's a total of 1,497 listings available. We're going to go ahead and select that. And then from there, we can enter a minimum and maximum price of listings that we can use to search. For this, we'll go ahead and start at a minimum of 400,000 with the maximum of, let's go ahead and we'll do 900,000. Let's look at some pretty properties there. And then from here, we can isolate and select based on property types. We have business, commercial, commercial lease, commercial lot, residential, residential income, residential lot, and residential rental. For this one, we're just going to first select residential, and then we're going to come down to the subtypes so we can select a type of property. So from here, we will look at, I would like to look at single family, so we'll come down here and then select single family. But you guys can make several choices. I want to make sure to mention that. So you can select, for example, single family and also condo as so. And then it'll pull a list for both. But if you don't want one, you would just click on it and it'll remove it. So I just want to make sure to demo that as well. So let me go ahead and pull up that single family option. And then what we want to make sure that we do is look at the status options. We want to potentially advertise a property that's active. I wouldn't suggest advertising property that's already under contract, or a property that's not available yet that's coming soon, or a property that is completely under contract. So what we're going to go ahead and do is select active listings. We're going to click on active, and then we're going to come down to city, and then we're going to look within the Miami area. And it's thinking about it. It's going to pull it up in just a moment. And then boom, we have Miami right there. We're going to go ahead and click it. All right, so I want to make sure to mention this. I am a troubleshooter by day, so I want to make sure to mention this. You do have the ability to search for listings for okay to advertise, either using zip code or city. Only use one. If you want to search by city, just use city. Don't use zip code. If you use zip code, don't use city, as the system may not find anything. All right, but you can also search based on county community, and also area. But what I'm going to suggest, guys, is to use city or zip code, as area may not allow you to find a lot of different listings. All right. So once you make your selection, as we did here, you're going to come down here and click the search button. All right. And then once you click search, it's going to query the system and find all of the listings where the agent said, yes, attribution is not required. So we have a couple of different listings to pick from. Right here, it's only showing the first 5, but we have a total of 20. So what we can do is change the amount of listings that we see per page so that we can see all 20. And then we can look at them to figure out which is the absolute best option. All right. Let me look. Just want a good, there we go. I like that one a little bit. Let me look at the photo. That was not too bad. I do like that one. Let's look at maybe a different listing. Bear with me a moment, guys. All right, let me see this one. That's not too bad. Let's look at that one. Okay, no, I don't like that one either. All right, just bear with me a moment, guys. Let me find a good one there. That one is branded. Let's not use that. Let's go ahead and use this one, guys. This looks like it might be new construction. So we have this one right here, right there. So it does provide, it lets us know that it's an active listing. We do have the agent's information right there. It is a brokered by One Family Realty with their office information, the listing number, which we can copy and then keep for later, the address, the price, when it was listed, and the fact that it was entered into the system with yes, attribution not required. So in order to create that single listing website, you're going to go all the way to the right here where you see click here, and we're going to give that a click. And then that's going to generate the single listing website. All right, so right there, it's going to generate the page, but it's going to provide an acknowledgement coming directly from Agent3000. But we did our due diligence. We went into the system, we marked, we filtered looking at listings where the agent did say it is okay to advertise. So from here, we can just click on accept terms and then click on I agree from there. All right, so from here, we have the very first image of the property right there. And then we have a couple of different templates that are available in order to generate the website. So for example, we have template 1 that is the original option. And you do have the ability to create the website with the address displayed or without the address displayed. So it comes down to how you want to fish for potential leads. What I would say is if you have a good priced property that you're advertising, you have a great first photo, you have some great interior photos, I'm going to suggest that if you use any of the templates, to use view website without the address. That way, if you share the listing on social media, they're going to be intrigued and they're going to input their contact information. All right. The one that I like the best, guys, I'm going to show you first template 1. We're going to go ahead and load that. View website without the address. It's going to look like this. My favorite, though, that I wanted to show you guys real quick is template 3 right there. So I'm going to go ahead and click right here where you see view website with no address. Or you can access it by using the URL on the right. So I'm going to go ahead and click right here where you see view website with no address. And then what that does, the reason why I like this one a little bit better is, boom, we have in the very top right corner, the ability for the lead to input their information. So they can input their name, phone number, and email. And then I use the option where we're hiding the address. They do have the ability to see that the property is located in Miami. They can see the purchase price, the status, the first photo, and then they have some options at the top. This is the home page right here. They can also see the description of the property by clicking description. They can see the features as well, information on the interior, information on the exterior, and all of the photos as well further down. They can see options to schedule a showing. So if they do go under showing, they do have the ability to input their information, which is going to turn into a lead for you. All right, moving over, they also can perform a mortgage calculation as well within the page that you create. And they also have access to the virtual tour that the agent created as well. So I just wanted to make sure to show that. All right. So moving down, they have your information here, right there. they have your information here, and then they can also request more information if you share this page. So they have the ability to input their name, their email address, and phone number, and a quick little message. And then they would hit submit request. Once they do that, you'll get an email directly letting you know that you have a lead. So this is an example of the third option within Agent 3000, template 3. I'm going to go back into template 1 as well. We're going to view it without the website address. And this one it's not as, I mean, it's a beautiful page, but the other one is, I like how that one flows a little bit better for mobile access. But this one is great as well. It has all of the same information, the print flyer option, the mortgage calculation, some school information at the top. But if you want to share it, you're going to use template 1 in order to share it on social media. So you can come all the way down, and then you have a couple of different ways to share it. For example, you can share this page via Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, or if you want to send a direct email. Best way to use these single listing website options is to use it via Facebook. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Facebook. What that's going to do is load up the Facebook, and then what you can go ahead and do is post it directly to your Facebook, so that if anyone does a search for properties within the area, for example, 33032, which is a new construction area. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, Cutler Bay Homestead is going through a revival right now. So I do recommend for you guys to reach out to maybe some of those sales offices so that you might be able to pick up some listings and maybe represent some of those developers down south. Just wanted to make sure to mention that. So once you have the page generated, you're going to go right here where you see post to Facebook, and then it's going to post it there. And then if anyone clicks on it, they're going to be intrigued, don't show the address, and then they're going to reach out to you directly. So I just wanted to make sure to go over that. All right, so that's going to be the single property website for OK to advertise. The next thing that we're going to go over is Eve right here. If you guys have taken any of our matrix classes, or probably in most of our classes, we like to feature Eve. Eve is a function that is within Agent 3000 that utilizes artificial intelligence. There's a couple of different things that you can do. For example, you have the ability to create listing remarks, or you can use the content editor in order to maybe create a biography, a social media post, or a blog post. First, we're going to show an example of how you guys can create listing remarks. I'm going to go ahead and click that right here. And once again, you do have the ability to create your listing remarks in several different languages. For example, you can create it in English, Espanol, Portuguese, Deutsch, Chinese, Russian, French, and Italian. All right. I also want to make sure I mention, whenever, for example, you're using Agent 3000 and you want to create listing remarks for your listing in Matrix, you first want to make sure that you select characters right here. And then you want to make sure to select the count as being 800. Not 8,000, I'm sorry, 800. That is the maximum amount of characters that you can create within the MLS. So just make sure to select characters and 800. So that is the character limit within Matrix. All right, from here you can select the property type. You can select single family, condo, villa, townhome, manufactured home, duplexes, triplexes, and quadplexes. So this is mainly work when you're using a residential property. So I want to make sure to mention that. So for this example, I'm going to select single family. In the city, we'll go ahead and select, for example, Doral. We also can mention the amount of bedrooms as well. We'll go ahead and put 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms as well, with 1 garage space, with an in-ground pool in the backyard, and also a fenced backyard. Home office, we'll skip that for now. We can also mention the kitchen counters. We have a couple of options: granite, Corian, Formica, tile. I'm going to go ahead and select granite. And then for kitchen appliances, we can feature as well either stainless steel, white, or black. I'll go ahead and do stainless steel. And then we have options for flooring: carpet, tile throughout, carpet and tile, and wood. So this one, I'll go ahead and do carpet and tile right there. And then we have the ability to also feature some additional options further down as well. We can create up to 8 different optional features. So from here, I'll go ahead and put, for example, balcony. That's no, I got a better idea. We'll put second floor balcony as a first feature. And then we could also put as well updated roof as another option. And then option 3, we can put brand new pool as well, just to give that in-ground pool just a little more pizzazz, if you will. And then from there, we're going to come down to create listing remarks. And then it's going to mention, I want to make sure to cover this, that essentially the remarks that you create are not necessarily per Fair Housing Act. So I do want to make sure to mention that. I'm going to cover a little bit more information regarding that in just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and click on I agree. And boom, we have the remarks right there. Okay, so it's letting us know right here, this stunning single family home in the desirable neighborhood of Doral offers the perfect blend of comfort and luxury, boasting 3 spacious bedrooms and 2 modern bathrooms. This home provides ample space for a growing family. The attached 1-car garage ensures convenience and security for your vehicle. Step outside into your own private oasis. Man, this thing is powerful. Complete with an inviting in-ground pool, perfect for those hot summer days. The interior features exquisite granite counters and top-of-the-line stainless steel appliances, making the kitchen a chef's dream. I love cooking, so that's amazing. The combination of carpet and tile flooring adds a touch of elegance to the living spaces. Enjoy the breathtaking views from the second floor balcony, providing a serene escape from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. This thing is powerful. I love it. It's also mentioning it's leveraging just a little bit more of the information we added to the pool. With an updated roof and a brand new pool, this home offers peace of mind and a worry-free lifestyle. Don't miss the opportunity to make this your dream home in the heart of Doral. So again, you could take this and then you could plug that into your listing remarks. However, I do want to make sure I mention once again, I did say this earlier, the remarks that are created via Agent 3000, they're not necessarily keeping Fair Housing Act guidelines in mind. However, what you can do is go to our website, again, miamirealtors.com. We do have an article located here under the MLS section right there. And then you're going to go all the way down to section hot topics. We have the Fair Housing Advertising Guidelines. You're going to click that. You're going to click the link. And then within this, the middle of the page, you have the Fair Housing Advertising Words and Phrases list, which you can cross-reference and see acceptable terms and unacceptable terms further down within that page. I'm going to go ahead and put this into the chat. That way you guys have this page. All right, let me go and put that there. Just double check what is accepted, what's not accepted. And then you can, of course, clean up your remarks from there. So I just wanted to make sure to cover that. All right, again, I love the Eve option when it comes to listing remarks. It just allows us to take advantage of AI, and then it becomes, for example, our hype man. All right, so I do want to make sure to mention you guys get 15 credits a month. They do not roll over, so do use those things. Again, you get a total of 15 credits that you guys can use towards your listing remarks. And another thing that I wanted to show you guys real quick is the content editor, also available within Eve. So I'm going to come down here to content editor. And then there's a couple of different options. Once again, we can create different types of verbiage in either English, Espanol, Portuguese, German, Chinese, Russian, French, or Italian. And then we can select different types of information. We can create a biography for ourselves that we could post maybe on, for example, realtor.com. If you do want to use Eve to create a biography, I don't want you guys to stress out. Some of us are not good at describing ourselves. All you have to really do is just put 1 to 2 sentences, and then Eve does all of the legwork for you. You can also create a blog post as well, and a social media post, and or general content. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is show you guys how you can create for example, a blog post. I'm going to select that, and I'm going to show you something that you can maybe take from our website, miamirealtors.com, and then maybe change some of the information that displays, right? For example, we have an update for within the international world. We do have a lot of individuals based out of Colombia visiting the Miami Association of Realtors. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. And then, for example, you can take a sample of what's written, like so, copy it, and then go back into Agent 3000, paste it as so. Just make sure to remove all of the spaces. Go ahead and clean this up real quick. And then from there, you can click Send to Eve. And then you would read the terms of use and then click I agree. And then the main reason why you want to use this, for example, if you're creating a social media post, you could come in here, just put a little something that you're wanting to maybe advertise. Maybe there's a change in the market. What you can go in here and do is just type a little something. And then what Eve will do is just make it a little bit better. So for example, I put a little bit of this information, and then Agent 3000 spit out all of this great content right here. For example, I'm going to read it fairly quickly. Miami continues to be a top destination for international buyers, with Colombia leading the way in web searches for South Florida homes. According to a recent report by the Miami Association of Realtors, Colombia has consistently ranked either first or second among foreign countries searching for Miami real estate over the past 16 months, which is amazing. All right, I'm going to read the next part. The appeal of Miami lies in its unique combination of cosmopolitan charm and exceptional real estate opportunities, with prices that surpass those of other global cities. Ines Hegedus Garcia, chairman of the board at Miami, highlights the city's unrivaled blend of allure and investment potential. So again, the main reason why you guys want to use this, maybe as for blog or social media, maybe there's a change in the market, or maybe you want to create maybe a seller's or a buyer's lead using Facebook, for example. You can come in here, just put a little bit of information based on where you're located, the types of properties that you like to sell, and then you would just click Send to Eve, and then it'll create a beautiful little social media text message that you could put within, for example, Facebook or Twitter. All right, so that's going to feature the option for creating a blog. There's other things that you guys can do in here. For example, within the Matrix 101, we do cover how to create a biography as well. All right, so that's going to be Eve. The next thing that I wanted to show you guys real quick is the brand and market section. I'm going to go into brand and market. There's a whole bunch of different things that you guys can create in this section. For example, branded ebooks. That's going to be the next thing that I'm going to go over. So for example, whenever you're working with a buyer or a seller, and then you're providing them a presentation on what you can do for them, you have several different types of ebooks that you guys can create. We had a couple of members that actually took these ebooks, printed them out, and used them as their presentations. You can also generate them via PDF or as a JPEG, and then you can send them also digitally. So there's a couple here. There's the Seller's Guide, the Seller's Guide 5 Hacks. This one right here, which I'm going to show you guys in just a moment, what that does is lets the seller know what they need to do to maybe make the home more presentable. For example, cleaning the home, maybe virtual staging the property as well, without making any modifications to the actual property, but maybe adding some additional furniture just to make it have a little more pizzazz. And also a guide for when you first work with a buyer, what to expect through the buyer's process, and also the first-time home buyer's guide. All right. So in order to generate these, you'll just make your selection. For example, seller's guide. You have the ability to also include your profile photo. Just make sure to click right here. And you can also include your profile logo as well. And then you can include an optional bio that you may have created using Eve as well. So further down, once you select the book you want to create, you're going to go right here and click Create eBook. Now, I want to make sure I mentioned create one at a time so that it doesn't break the system and maybe create an incomplete guide. So take your time, create one at a time. But for example, we have the 4 that I've generated right here. We have the first-time home buyer's guide, the Your Home Buyer Guide, the 5 hacks to sell your home, and also the home seller guide. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys real quick the 5 seller hacks. So if you click right there, that very first picture, I'm going to go back. If you click right here, it's going to give you the cover sheet as so. But if you want to see the full thing, there's a couple of different ways to do that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 options. If you want to see the link of the PDF that you generated, you're going to click right here. And then what you can do is see the link at the top, and then you can maybe share that via text message or social media as well. And then also, if you want to create, for example, a flip book that you can put on your website, you can click right here, and then that's going to give you HTML code that you can put on your website. Moving over, you also have the ability to download the ebook as well, and then you can send that, for example, via email. And then you can also download the cover sheet of the ebook that you create, and then you could potentially put that also, for example, on social media. Before we do that, though, I do want to make sure that I just show you how the guide looks. So right here, we have the 5 hacks to sell your home so that you can generate more money. You'll have your photo show up in the top right corner, along with your information that we just added. So you'll have presented by your name plus any designations and certifications, your office's information, your email, and if you upgraded, you'll also have your Agent 3000 website reflect right here underneath. All right, so we're going to go through it real quick. We have the selling a home is part art, part science. We're going to keep going. We also have the digital retouching, for example, taking photos and then maybe digitally enhancing the photos so that they look a little better. How you can virtually stage the property as well so it looks nice. And I do want to make sure to mention, I used to be the manager of the MLS department. Before becoming a trainer, we do allow virtual staging. I do want to make sure to mention that. We do allow virtual staging of photos within the MLS. Just do not make any kind of modifications to the actual structure. For example, making one wall larger or the roof larger. All right, we're going to keep going. And you also have hack 3, address your shortcomings. We're going to keep going. We also have hack number 4, make them an offer as well. All right, so I just wanted to quickly show that and how you can potentially advertise the mortgage. All right, so we're going to keep going. Another cool one that you guys can create is, for example, you're dealing with someone that is buying a home for the first time. You can also generate the first time buyer's guide as well. I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. All right, so again, right here we have the first time home buyer's guide along with your information that it was prepared by you with your photo, your information, and it just allows them to know the home buyer's process with the table of contents. So it's going to give them an introduction, preparing to buy a home, how they could set up their budget, factors when deciding on your budget as well, so that they do not, for example, try to buy a home that is outside of their budget, the importance of credit, finding a real estate agent, the best ways to shop for homes, the best ways for making an offer on a home, closing on your first home, and final thoughts, along with the About Me section and your contact information at the very end. Great question. Milady did ask a question if this is available in Spanish. No, unfortunately, we'll reach out to the developer to see if we can get these things in Spanish. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. But yes, they're only available in English. Good question. All right. So again, you can create, I want to go back up to the top. You can create the seller's guide, the seller's guide 5 hacks, a buyer's guide, and also the first time home buyer's guide using these options. All right. So we're going to keep going. We are now going to go into the next section, which is worksheets and checklists. This is my personal favorite. This, when I used to work within the membership MLS department, we used to get questions all the time. Where can I find a seller checklist? Where can I find a buyer's checklist? How can I create a friendly document when I'm working with the buyer to figure out what type of property they want me to search for within the MLS? So we have a lot of those options here. So there's, in order to access the worksheets, you're going to go right here where you see select worksheet, and we're going to go through the different options. All right, so I'm going to click on the very first one here, which is the seller's pre-list to do. So for example, this is just a reminder to the seller, hey, we want to make sure that this house looks as professional as possible. So you could provide them this document. It's going to let them know that they need to make sure that the interior is cleaned, that they need to fix or replace any damaged options within the home, making sure that there's curb appeal on the exterior as well, that they need to declutter the home and also patch, paint, or caulk any issues within the home as well. I'm going to move on to the next one. We also have the home buyer's questionnaire. This one I really, really like. Reason being is you guys are paying for the multiple listing service, correct? In order to search for listings. So whenever you first you have that buyer, you have the ability to provide them with this home buyer's questionnaire. They can input their information here. If there's a co-buyer, their phone number, their email address. That way you can load them into Matrix as a contact. All right. They also can tell you if they're pre-approved, what is their price range, which is going to help you when you search. Are you selling your current home? Yes or no. That way you know if you might be able to represent them as the listing agent as well if they're leaving their old property. We also have the needs based on bedrooms and bathrooms and the style of home. For example, single family, mobile home, condo, townhome. Great way to send this to your buyer so that it's going to help you whenever you start searching for listings for them within Matrix. All right. The next one is amazing. It's the open house sign-in sheet. What's really important whenever you're dealing with your customer is to remind them, hey, I'm not just your real estate agent. There's Supra involved, and then there's also a process in order for people to visit your home during showings, just to remind them of the professionality that you provide. So this would be a perfect way of having an open house sign-in sheet as well, where they can leave their name, email address, phone number, if they're working with a realtor or not, and also what are your current real estate needs as well. So you can make sure to meet their expectations if they're just maybe looking or if they're planning to sell as an option. All right, we're going to keep going. We also have the buyer's showing sheet as well, so that they can give you, for example, you're working with a buyer, you're taking them to a couple of different open houses. They can provide you what they liked about the property and the worst features. That way, for example, you show them 4 different properties. They didn't completely like them. They can tell you what the best features that they liked and the worst features. That's going to help you, for example, whenever you go back into Matrix and then you start performing new searches. That way you can study your buyer and then find the right property for them. All right, we're going to keep going. We also have the pre-listing checklist as well. So that's going to, again, remind that seller that they need to take care of the exterior, kitchen, laundry, bathroom, bedroom, and overall interior as well. All right, so I just wanted to feature a couple of these. There's a lot of other options. We also have the inspection checklist, the photography and showing, the pre-approval checklist, house hunting as well. So in order to generate these, all you have to do is select the one that you want to generate, and then you'll have numbers right here. This is going to let you know how many times you've downloaded it as a PDF or how many times you've downloaded it as a JPEG. All right, for example, we'll go ahead and create the open house checklist. I'm going to click on select. And then from there, we can include our profile photo along with our profile logo as well. Once you select the sheet that you want to create, you're going to go right here where you see create worksheet. And then it's going to pop up letting you know, give it some time, don't rush it. And then once it's done, it's going to load right here. So you're going to be able to see any and all the different checklists that you've generated throughout the history of using Agent3000 further down on the page. So we have the one that we just generated, the open house checklist right here. We do have the ability to view it as a link, I should say. Right here, you would click that if you want to share it via social media or text. You would just come up here and then you can share it. You also have the ability to download the worksheet as an image as well as a JPEG. Let me go and click on that. And then it will load it right there. And then what you could do is locate it within your computer and then maybe email it as well. And then we have the date that it was created along with an option to delete it if you no longer want to use it as well. All right. So again, that's the worksheets and checklist options. It's one of my favorite. It covers almost any scenario. So just play with it, come up here under select worksheet, and then find the best option for you. All right. So we're going to keep going. The next thing that we're going to discuss is the year on year market snapshot video. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. What this does is it creates you a professional video that allows you to see the inventory on either a city or zip code. All right. So once again, if you want to search by city, just put in city, do not put in zip code. If you do search based on zip code, do not put city, as it may not find it. All right. So for example, we'll go ahead and use the city of Doral as an option. It's going to load it right here at the bottom. I'm going to click on it, and then we can focus on a specific type of property. Under choose property type, we can look at the single family or the condo market. Because we're dealing with Doral, the best option I'm going to say is single family. And then from here, we have the ability to customize the color of how the video looks. There's several options. We have gold brown, red black, all the way down to teal white. So you'll have the ability to select the color based on your brokerage. So for this one, I'll go ahead and select royal blue and white. And then you do have the ability to create the video using different types of audio as well. For this one, I'm going to not select an audio. I'll go ahead and select no. But you do have the ability, for example, if you do want it to create a video with audio, you can click on audio 1 and then click on play in order to see what that sounds like. Audio 2, we'll just do that one real quick. I kind of like that one. We'll go with that one, actually. I'll go ahead and use audio 2 for that. And then from there, we're going to go right here where you see create video. And it's letting us know your video is being processed and will be ready in a few minutes. So we're just going to give that a moment. All right. So as it loads, let me see if it did load. Let me try to reload it. It hasn't generated yet. But what I'll go ahead and do is I'll show you the one that I generated back in May of this year, May 2023. And you have a couple of ways that you can share the video that it creates. You can, once again, share it via social media. For example, using the URL here at the top, you would just go up here and then you could paste that into social media or maybe via text message as well. Or if you just want to download it, you can do so by clicking download video right there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and show you. Let me see if the new one loaded. I'd rather look at, hasn't yet. So we're going to go ahead and just feature the one that I created before. I'm going to go ahead and load it now, so that you guys can see what this looks like. So as of May 2023, it's going to give us a market understanding of the market within Doral. It's giving us the total active listings year over year. So right here we have May 2023, 28 compared to last year. We have the price, the median list price from May of this year, last year, right here. It's going to keep going. And then we have the total days on market for this year, 69 days versus last year's 12. Properties were selling it like hotcakes last year. We have a slower market. And then boom, what you could do is share this via social media or share it however which way you would like, including email. All right. So that's the year on year market snapshot video right there that you can create. All right. The next thing that we're going to go over is the branded infographics, which is also great for social media. So we're going to go over this now. All right. So whenever you create an image, you have the ability to include your profile photo, your profile logo, and then you can create a footer color, either black or white. And then in order to create an image, you're going to select image. And then there's a couple of different options. These are just different ways that you can engage with your clients or any potential future client. For example, on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, there's a couple of different options. There is the buyer and seller tips. There's a total of 30. There is a section for did you know? There's a total of 20. There's also a section for engagement. This is probably the best option for social media. There's also home maintenance. There's a total of 34, and a Q&A, a total of 20. And then, of course, RE quotes, with images, RE quotes with no images, real estate terms as well, and also would you rather. What I'm going to go ahead and show you guys is the section for engagement. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And again, these are great to display on social media. We have, for example, the this or that, electric stove or gas stove. I'm going to say electric just for safety reasons. And then we have the next image, which is imagine your life is perfect in every respect. What would it look like? We have this as well, this or that. Which do you prefer, gas stove or electric stove? Again, just ways that you can engage with all of your followers, and then they might actually reach out saying, "Hey, I like gas over or electric, or I like shower or over baths," as another option. Just another way to engage with your clientele. And then we have the next one, which is bigger better, tiny house pros, lower utility cost, energy efficient, cheaper to furnish, minimum maintenance, won't lose your keys, versus a bigger house pros, which is there's more space, high resale value, outdoor space, more workspaces, and room to grow as well. We're going to look at the next one, which is probably the most powerful thing, which is the benefits of using a realtor. For example, number one, ensuring your home is priced right, which is what you guys do a fantastic job of doing, making sure that they get the full bang for their buck. We do find statistically, whenever a customer uses a realtor, that property actually sells at a higher amount. We also have number two, better presentation to buyers. Number three, higher buyer exposure. Number four, quicker closing sales rate. And then number five, higher sold price point, which is the one I just mentioned, which is awesome. All right, we're going to look at the next one as well, which is the 6 steps of buying your first home. The buyer's guide as well. We have number one, we set up a meeting and establish your needs. Number two, we assist in getting you pre-approved. Number three, we get started with the search for your dream home. Number four, an offer is put forth and a contract is put in place. Number five, inspections, loan processing, and appraisal process. And number six, closing day. Your dream home is now yours. All right, so if you find any of these interesting, maybe you want to download it, take advantage of it, use it on social media, all you have to do is select the one that you want. For example, I'm going to use the benefits of using a realtor. I'm going to click on select. Then I'm going to come over here where you see create image. And then right there, it's going to give us the JPEG right there at the bottom, or we can click right here to download the screenshot as so. And then it looks like this. All right, perfect. And again, it's going to download to your computer. And then from there, you're just going to want to make sure you know where it's located within your computer, for example, your downloads. And then from there, you can share it directly via social media. All right, so that's one of my favorite sections, branded infographics, especially if you guys are not the greatest at social media. Take advantage of the different images that you can create in order to engage with potential customers and the public. All right. The next thing that we're going to go over is the monthly market snapshot as well. This is great 2 different ways. This allows you to know what's going on within an area so that you're not caught off guard. Maybe you meet somebody in the streets and they say, "Hey, what's the market looking like within zip code blah, 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 blah," or within, for example, city of Doral or Homestead or Miami Beach. You can come in here and then get that information. So under monthly market snapshot, what we're going to go ahead and do is generate an image. This is going to look very similar to SunStats. If you guys have ever used Florida Realtor SunStats, it looks similar to that. But what's really cool about it within Agent 3000 is it's more specific to local information for local zip codes and local cities. So I'm going to come here. We have an option to choose a date range. We can pull statistics from July 5th of this year all the way through August the 23rd, the last 30 days, or we can just look at last month in full. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to select July 2023. We're going to make sure to include our profile photo and our profile logo. And again, there's 2 different ways to search. You can either search by city or zip code. For this, we'll go ahead and use, for example, Miami Beach as the city. I'm going to wait for it to load. Taking just a moment. And then I'm going to go and click it. And then I'm going to come down here to select a type of property. Miami Beach does have single family homes. We're going to focus more on the condos. I'm going to come down here to condos. And then from here, we can also include a website link. I do want to make sure to mention that you do have the ability to make the infographic that you generate go straight to your website. I'm going to use miamirealtors.com as an example. All right. I'm going to go ahead and paste that there. And then I'm going to create the image. All right. And then further down, you'll see the image. But before I do that, I want to make sure to mention you do have the ability to share the market snapshot either by using Facebook, Pinterest, or LinkedIn. You can also download the screenshot as well if you want to share it via email or via social media. And this is what it looks like. Let me go ahead and try to scroll out a little bit. Boom. All right. So again, it looks very similar to the options via SunStats, but again, it's more specific to local data. So it's letting us know within July 2023, within Miami Beach, specifically the condo market, there has been a total of 124 properties that sold. And then within July, there was a total of 271 brand new listings. And there is a healthy monthly inventory of 2.19. And then with a median sold price of 410,000. So I want to make sure I tell you guys what median means. Median does not mean average. Average is where you take all of the properties that are selling and then dividing it by the total properties that are selling. As to where median means, these are the properties that are in the middle of the market. It's letting us know that the properties in the middle of the market are selling at 410,000. And then the median active price is a little higher. We're still, again, in that seller's market where some of the homes are overpriced, but we're starting to see those prices come down. But we're showing right here a median active price of 625,000. And then with an average days on market all the way to closing, 59 days. So it looks like the days are actually going down a little bit compared to the past couple of months. All right, did get a question. Let me see 1 second. Do we put our Agent3000 website address? Yes. So yeah, I want to make sure to mention that. If you guys did upgrade, you did pay for the website. Yes. You want to come over here where you see URL link, and then you want to input your Agent3000 website right here. Reason why I say that, and this is covered in the ePro certification that you can get within the National Association of Realtors. Any content that you create, you want to make sure that that content goes right back to you, right back to your website. So good point, Milady. It's perfect. All right. So again, that's the market snapshot. Again, if you want to come and create a statistical report, maybe you have a presentation within your brokerage, you can most definitely use the monthly market snapshot available within Agent3000. All right. So the next thing that we're going to go over, guys, is the option for SMS listing graphics. For example, if you go here under SMS listing graphic, the best way to use this is to print it. So what it's going to do is you have the ability to include a QR code. And then if anyone sees the advertisement, what they can do is by using their phone, they're going to be able to see the QR code and then access the listing information. So I want to make sure you guys understand the best way of using the SMS listing infographic section is by printing it. That's the best way to use it. Okay. So what I did pull up a listing where they did say it was okay to advertise. So I'm going to come here under MLS number. I'm going to put that listing number in here real quick. Hopefully it shows up. There you go. All right. I'm going to go ahead and click on it. It's going to get the photos. Slowly, but there you go. All right. It's going to load all of the photos, but what we want to make sure that we do is if we're creating a infographic, we want to use the best photo that shows off the property. So I don't think we got a really good close-up, but this is a fantastic exterior photo. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And then from there, in order to create the graphic, we want to make sure that we include our profile photo, that we add our logo, and then that we add the option for a QR code. We can also hide the address. I do suggest to hide the address. That way it just makes the person more willing to give you their information. We want to make sure that they see the price. I wouldn't suggest to hide the price and the address. Just do one, hide the address. And then there's an option that we can have as an overlay. For example, this is a property that is active. So we can select, for example, just listed, but there's other options. There's also just sold, open house, price range, price drop, foreclosure, short sale, and for rent. So this one was just recently listed. I'm going to go and select just listed. We also have the ability to input our name, our email address, and our phone number as well. If it's not there, I did mention that you can add it right here at the very top under settings. So once you select the image that you want to use, you're going to go right here where you see create image. And then boom, it creates an image that you can best used by printing it. So it's going to give them the your information at the top. For example, it's going to say text A11390220, which is the listing number, 786-208-0616, along with the QR code right there. So if they have their phone readily available, they'll be able to pull it up using their camera, and then it's going to take them to the single listing website version of this infographic with your information, which is the cool part. All right. However, if you want to share it via social media, you can do so, or via email. You can do so by going right here where you see click here to download image. And then what that will do is save it directly to your computer. All right. So again, that's the SMS listing infographic. The best way to use it again effectively so that you can take advantage of the QR code is by printing it out. However, you can still use it via email or digitally. They do have the ability to contact you via text message as well. All right. So the next thing that we're going to go over, guys, is the market trends graph. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. There's a couple of different types of reports that we can create under choose chart type. We have the total listings sold versus same agent list and sold, days on market, past 12 months versus the previous 12 months, number of units listed versus sold past year, which is, for example, like an absorption rate. And then we have my favorite, which I'm going to feature, which is the top 20 selling communities. And then we also have the median home size, median sold price, all the way down to golf course versus no golf course. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to show you the best one, my favorite, which is the top 20 selling communities. For example, Miami Beach or Doral or Kendall, they have a lot of sub communities within those cities. So you can actually see how many properties are selling within those individual communities by using top 20 selling communities. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that within the past 12 months. We're going to look under choose property type. We will select single family. And then from here, we're going to select the type of graph. We have bar graph or line graph. I'm going to go ahead and select bar graph. And then we can select a background as well. So this is, we're going to try to focus on Kindle. So let's make sure that it is fairly appropriate. So I'll go right here, select this first image. And then from here, we can enter the city or zip code. So for example, under city, we'll go ahead and put in Kindle. It's going to find it. And then boom, I'm going to go down to create image. And then boom, we have the ability to download it right here. And then it's going to give us information. Let me try to scroll out. It's not fitting on my page. There you go. All right, that's even better. All right, boom. All right, so that's going to give us the inventory of properties selling based on the community. So we do have the Miller Cove, Century Palms, Habitat, Winston Park Unit 3, Oakland Subdivision, Panache Section 3, Calusa, and Lagmar South. My only issue with this is it's actually not providing data correctly. I think this is a glitch. Let me go ahead and back out real quick, guys. let me restart my Agent 3000 real quick. That was a little weird. It didn't actually give us any properties that sold. So let me reload that. Let me go back in there real quick. Right here. Then we were doing the market trends graph. Let me go ahead and load that once again. Let's do a different city. We'll look within Doral. Right there, I will report that. That should be giving us data. We'll use single family homes. We're going to do that top 20 selling communities as well. We're going to use the bar graph. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and create the image. And hopefully it'll work for Doral. That's so strange. It didn't. There you go. That's better. That's what I wanted to see. That's actual tangible data. So what this is going to do is within the past 12 months, let us know the communities within Doral, how many properties are selling. For example, Doral Commons Residential, right here, they have had a total of roughly around 19 properties that have sold within the past year. Downtown Doral, South Phase, they've had a total of, looks like just above 18. We also have Vintage Estates as well. Looks like they've sold about 13 properties. Then we have all the information going all the way to Isles at Grand Bay. So this is a great way of finding areas in Doral, for example, areas that you may want to work where you're seeing a lot of different activity. For example, if you pay for any leads, or if you, for example, set up your realtor.com accounts or your homes.com accounts, you have the ability to input these communities within your profile. That way, if anyone searches for homes in those areas, they're likely going to try to reach out to you. So I wanted to make sure to mention that. That is the most effective way of using this chart. Again, it is the top 20 selling communities within the past 12 months. Gives you great information. All right. So that's going to be it for the brand and market. The next section that I wanted to show you guys is the social media tools. Again, my job this morning is to show you the free options. However, Sean for Agent 3000 did just recently include the Facebook marketing tutorials. Now, this is going to leverage the landing pages and the ads manager right here, which does come at a cost. So we're going to skip that. The next thing that I wanted to show you is the website screenshot sharer. So what this does is it allows you, for example, if you have a website, for example, through Agent 3000, you have the ability to create a picture of your website that you can share on social media such as Facebook. All right, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is pull up my page that I've created that needs to be updated. All right, and then from here you'll go right here where you see URL to screenshot of. You'll post your website right there. And then you can also add click to view as an overlay. It's going to have a little option on top of your website that's going to say click to view. And then you can rotate the overlay 30 degrees if you would like. I'll go ahead and show what that looks like. And then from there, you're going to click get screenshot. All right, here we go. And then boom, what it does is it takes an image of your website right there with a click to view option. And then you have the ability, this is the important part, you have the ability to share your website on Facebook, Pinterest, or LinkedIn, or you can just simply download the screenshot. If you click on download the screenshot, it's just going to give you the image, but it's not going to allow the image to be clickable. In order to make the website clickable, you're going to come over here, select your social media of choice. I'm going to select Facebook as an option. And then what that does is it creates your website. Lets everyone know that you have a brand new website. So you can come up here where you say something about this. You can say, please view my brand new website where you can search for listings. And then from there, you will go down to the bottom and then click post to Facebook at the very bottom. Sorry, my little Zoom link button's in the way. All right. And then from there, it'll go straight into Facebook. And if anyone clicks on it, they have the option of creating a home valuation or inputting their information, which will turn into a lead. All right. So I just wanted to go over that. Let's get out of there. Again, that is the website screenshot share. All right. The next thing that I wanted to go over is the listing collage post. I'm going to go and click on that. Listing collage post. This also would work if you have a listing in the MLS and you wanted to create a little a collage for social media. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up a listing. Again, this is going to be for your listings. I want to make sure that I define the difference. This is if you want to advertise your listing. All right. Pull that up. And then right here we have the little pop-up. It's just letting you know the authorization is needed to accept the terms. Again, I want to repeat, when it comes to photos, you want to make sure that if you're, for example, generating a collage post or social media post, that you are using your listings, not someone else's listings. However, if you use the OK to advertise option, when you create that single listing website that we did earlier, at that point, it is okay to use the photos because it's a part of the IDX, which is the Internet Data Exchange. Because it's creating a website, a listing website, and it's giving courtesy of at the bottom. That's why it's okay to leverage and include the photos whenever you create a single listing website. As to when you use the social media tools, you're looking at using your listings because this section is not covered by IDX. So I wanted to make sure to mention that. If you guys have any questions about that, you can email me. I'm going to go ahead and put my email into the chat real quick. All right. And then, for example, we can create a collage. I'll go ahead and select the first photo. We'll also select a couple of interior photos as well. Let's look here. Let's get a couple of the outside. And then from here, you can click Create Collage. All right. So just like with the website screenshot, you have the ability to see the collage here, or you can go right here in order to download it, or you can share it via Facebook, Pinterest, and LinkedIn as well. All right. The next thing that I wanted to show you guys real quick, the last thing is going to be located here under flyers. I'm going to show you the option for the 4-photo flyer, but you can create others. You have the 1-photo flyer, 4-photo flyer, 10-photo flyer, which I think that's going to just kind of make the page have too many photos going on. I would suggest 4 photos. You can also create one for your open house flyer, and also just listed, just sold, or for rent whenever you sell a property, as an example. This one, what we'll go ahead and do is instead of using the 4-photo flyer, I'm going to show you that you can create an open house flyer first. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. From there, I'm going to enter the listing that we did earlier. I thought I had it. I don't. Let me go and get that again. A1139. 0. Okay. All right. Boom. I think I clicked on the wrong one. Sorry, guys. 1 second. I did. Hold on. Delete that one. Good way of showing you how to delete. And then we're going to hit enter. It's going to find that property. I accept terms right there. I agree. Going to go ahead and select some of the photos that we can feature within the open house advertisement. All right. And then once again, you can, whenever you create the flyer, you do have the ability to hide the address or hide the price. For this one, we'll go ahead and keep the address and the price. We do want to make sure that we know they know what the price is and where the property is located if we create this for an open house. So we have 2 options. We have open house text, open house, or broker open house. So there is a difference between open house and broker open house, guys. I want to make sure I go over that. Open houses are usually scheduled any day of the week, and it's usually for the public. For open house. And then we have on the right, we have broker open house. That's going to be usually an open house for agents and brokers to attend. And they're usually on very specific days of the week. For example, a broker open house in Miami Beach is usually on Tuesdays. And then a broker open house anywhere else outside of Miami Beach is usually on a Wednesday. So I wanted to make sure to go over that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just do a standard open house right there. And again, this is if you're using your listing. We can input the date, for example, tomorrow. The start of the open house, we'll go ahead and use 1 o'clock. We'll use the end time of 4 p.m. And then we can also include an optional date. For example, if we're going to have it on Saturday and Sunday, we can also select Sunday as well. We can put the start and time when it starts and when it ends. And then we can also include our profile photo or a QR code. I'm going to go ahead and select profile photo. We can verify our information that we created earlier. We have our name, our email address, and we do have the ability to input our phone number. It doesn't look like it saved it from last time. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that we enter it. And then we can select an image for the background. So we have a beach option, a purple boundary around the actual screenshot, green and lime, black and gold, light and gray and blue, blue, light and gray, golf ball if you're maybe selling a property in the Doral area, and then red and blue. So this one, we'll keep it super simple. We're just going to select black and gold, click on select. And then from here, we can, if you want, you do have the ability to change the color of the background. You would go right here, use the different options, or address text color. You can also change that, or content text color as well. I'm going to keep it just normal. Reason being is this can get a little complicated if you don't know hex colors. But however, we have further down the ability to include any amenities along with the listing remarks. And we can generate this open house flyer as a PDF, as a JPEG, or we can immediately post it to social networks. First, I want to show you how to create the PDF. I'm going to click that. And then it saves it to your computer. And it will look like this, which I think is beautiful. It's fantastic. All right. So you can include that as a part of maybe an email blast, or you can have that maybe, for example, in your office, or again, you can share that via social media. All right. So again, if you save it, if you download it, it's going to save it as a PDF. If you click create PDF, or if you want to save it as a JPEG, you can do so. Do want to make sure I mention, as a graphics designer, I would suggest to save it as a PDF. It's going to look a lot more professional, as to where a JPEG will kind of lower the resolution. So you want to make sure to mention that. All right, moving over, you also have the ability to share it via social media. So in order to do so, you'll click on post to social networks. It's going to load it, and then you have your options, which is Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, or if you want to share it via email. So I'm going to go ahead and share it via Facebook, so that everyone knows that this property is going to have an open house. Once you see it there, it's going to give them this quick little overlay. Click here to view this open house. And then from there at the very bottom, you can click post to Facebook right there. All right. All right, guys. So that is going to be it for the what you get for free within the Agent 3000 system. At 11:30, we're going to go over how to create the website, including adding some additional content, some additional pages. For example, we're going to go over how you can include an option for your clients to search for new construction as well. So that's going to be at 11:30, guys. Before I let you guys go, though, I hope you enjoyed the class, and I want to make sure I turn it around to you guys if you have any additional questions. Yeah, I pretty much Agent 3000 speaks for itself. I'm going to be honest with you. It is a fantastic service. It does a lot of great things. And whenever I go over it, I try to give you guys examples of how best to use the different options. Again, my favorite takeaways is, again, the branded ebooks And of course, those worksheets and checklists, those are amazing, especially when you're dealing with the buyer, that home buyer checklist, so that you can figure out without asking too many questions what kind of property that they're looking for as well. Okay, yeah. Yael did ask a question. Can you explain the median price? Okay, so again, there's a difference between median and average. Average is going to take all of the properties that are selling within, for example, a city or a zip code, and it's going to divide them by the total properties that are selling, and then it's going to create an average. As to where median is the properties that are selling right in the middle of the market, not on the low end or on the high end, but within the middle of the market.